Hi patrons, welcome back. I wanted to get you the weekly energy messages for this week. I keep forgetting to edit the astrology video that I just filmed with Adam with stargazing astrology. I keep forgetting all about that, but I am going to work on that. I'm a little distracted right now and I'm doing the best I can to rise through these tough energies. So I'm curious to see what this is. So God angels calling in a protected channel to the light, to the highest light and love energies. What are the weekly energies coming in for this week? Everything dark must leave. You're not welcome here. You must leave. All divine channels, protection channels. You are not welcome here. I have Death card coming through with Empress reverse. Okay. With the towers in the back. And a black rose. So that's what's coming through for this week. God angels, what is this energy coming through? What is this energy coming through? This keeps coming up for some reason, and I don't know what it is, if something went into retrograde or if there are planets in retrograde. Because we were talking about future astrology, but there's stuff that won't like sit anymore. It keeps coming up and like it can't not come up, but I'm getting total World Trade Center vibes, like 9/11, Twin Tower vibes, and I'm getting Russia vibes. I'm getting Russia in that time period. Even I'm getting early Russia vibes, like before any of the stuff, you know. I'm even getting Apprentice vibes, like reality show vibes with Trumpy head. Like these are the things that are coming up. I feel like it's like it feels like Manhattan like is under review. Like that's the energies energetically, and it's like we have to go backwards to go forward, and like there's a lot of stuff that's going to come up. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. Choices is coming through. I think they're going to tie together. I think we're going to start tying together a lot of things. I think even collectively, we're going to start tying together things. Because today, I was kind of seeing Hillsong. And I don't know if you guys know about that mega church, but they did a docuseries on it. It's really eye-opening, guys. It's a business enterprise. It is... They pay people to create like music just like Coldplay, you know what I mean? Like they paid people to create these angelic notes and have just the right chords to invoke emotion. Total corruption of the feelings. I mean, that the musicians were interviewed, okay? To make people feel that they are having a spiritual awakening or moment that is of the divine, but is completely manufactured and by design to suck them in. It is a front, okay? It was a front for a lot of stuff. And the head lead pastor was seen with Justin Bieber, okay? And they had a very close connection. Lead pastor connected to high-end fashion. High-end fashion. Huge gifts, okay? Huge gifts. You know, lots of money. Pastors don't rock, you know, watches and shit like that, you know, like on that level, on that scale. And then he got caught up in a whole scandal, crazy affair. And anyway, that was Manhattan, okay? You gotta that was a mega church in Manhattan, all right? So if we go to that time period, I don't know if that's around the monkey time period when Justin Bieber with the monkey and everything was hitting the fan with him. I don't know if that's the time period of when Hillsong kind of came in, but for some reason I always see the monkey and that whole media frenzy around that, because that's when they were saying he was out of control. And that's kind of like an energy I keep seeing coming up. Like he's gonna, like, whatever happened to him, it's gonna come back around, okay? Because You have to understand that that is a man that worked with the light, okay? So anything happening to him or happened to him through an infiltration, that stuff's going to come up now. That's coming up. That's going to come up. You're going to say it's not who he is. But that's the origin of the essence of the everything that was with him. There, he was definitely infiltrated, and that stuff's coming up right now. Okay, in his interviews and things, but it's going to be more of that stuff. And it's going to come up for celebrities as well. He's not the only one that this stuff has happened to. All the celebrities they go under fire, all of them. But there's something with the mega church in Manhattan. And you can see I have this headset and then I have interrupters coming through like all the time. Like, I don't even know what that is. Like, this system is so batshit. Like, I can't even go into the level of this system. But on that note, I'm going to just say one more thing in regards to the freaking celebs. Something really interesting. Celebrities have handlers, right? Okay. That's something that's pretty known. They have handlers that handle them, you know, when they get out of control. So there's something really interesting about that terminology because the CIA also has handlers, okay? And I've talked about Scientology with the founder. One of the founders was former CIA. And so I always think that's very interesting, okay? Just the origins of that church. And that is the Church of Spiritual Technology, again, connected to aliens. I don't know if a lot of you guys have tuned into some stuff with April Elizabeth talked very heavily on the reptilians and the infiltration into Hollywood, and that many of the stars were this kind of hybrid and they were canceling shows and things like that. The more I am on this psychopathic journey of whatever this train wreck system is, this like trafficking weapon technology system, I believe it more and more every day because I can't figure out how I am connecting, it feels like, to celebrities or people in power. And they're sitting in my energy field, like literally like they're like in my, like sometimes it feels like they're in my body. And the only thing I can think of is that they are some type of a hybrid, kind of like what she was talking about. And I don't know if it was something done to them or if this was something they did or what this energy is, but it's like something's not right. You know what I mean? Like something's not right. And look at where I just went. Let's just start where I was, okay? We started with Towers, a Black Rose, and Empress Reverse. Okay, we went to Trump. Then we went to Apprentice. Like, just look at the trail of where I just went. Then we went to Hillsong, Justin Bieber, okay, the monkey incident. I mean, then we go to him, what has happened to him, his interviews, okay, which have been coming out around Puff Daddy, okay, and all of that. And then I'm talking about Hillsong, the pastor. Now we're going into celebrities and reptilians. I mean, that's where we just went, guys. Like, that's where we just went. And the thing that is so trippy about all of this is that it is all connected. It's all connected. And I witnessed through the dream state or through this psychosystem, a celebrity get trafficked in front of my eyes. I watched him get trafficked, okay? And to this day, I have no connection to that celebrity in a physical sense. And I never did have a connection to him in a physical sense other than through, I believe, this technology, which is like, feels like almost like a phone set, an ear set, okay? And so I truly believe that many celebrities are victims of trafficking, okay? Sex trafficking. And that is part of their job. And that goes back to the Billie Eilish song, not song, but that song, her song did come through a lot, actually. What's the Eyes song of hers that was really famous? I kept hearing that during the year of my tag, the first year of my tag. I kept hearing the her famous Billie Eilish song, Ocean Eyes. Kept hearing that for a year straight, that song. So much. On repeat. I could not get Ocean Eyes out, okay? And then in 2023, the news story breaks that a man hung up a sign, okay? I think it might have even been on a sheet that said Save Billie Eilish, okay? And then it said MK Ultra, Donald Marshall, who did a huge video, in-depth detail on the cloning facilities and the MK Ultra that they do and the level of the cloning in the connection to these alien technologies. And then underneath that, it said, I believe it was sex slaves, clones, and I don't know if that's the exact order, okay? So sex slaves is monarch mind control. A lot of celebrities have huge butterfly tats all over them. In fact, the guy from The Voice, he has a huge one, okay? And I have seen a person connected to this that was also part of a Wall Street movie, The Big Short, okay? I saw him connected to this energy as well, and he was the lead in that movie. And so I feel like it's all connected in somehow, this system. I just don't know. Everything is a mess, guys. I don't even want to sit here and just say, okay, everything's fine. I don't think it's okay. Like, something is seriously effed up right now with the world. And I think that if this stuff is coming up, then this is where we're going. I mean, this is where we're freaking going. I have Legends coming up. There's some weird interviews circulating around Bob Dylan, talking about this other dimension and having to fulfill some contract. And this stuff's weird and it's not normal. And I think we all just have to, this is a big one. This is a big one. It's a big one. Every day, I think people are going to have to freaking, it's like against all odds. That's the energies that come through. Okay. If you guys saw if you've seen any of the content around Ryan Garcia, he came forward and made some claims, okay, regarding Epstein and the letter J. I've been seeing the letter J for, I want to say like weeks, like several weeks straight. I don't know what J is. I don't know if it's Jeffrey. I don't know what J is. That's not something that I would know, but there's something strange going on. And it's weird. So anyway, let's see what this is, the weekly energy in regards to what this is right now. I do get the sense that people are going to have a hard time knowing who to trust, okay? I'm getting that really strong. And so I just saw like a person who looked almost like a fox hanging out with somebody. I've had a weird stuff happening to me where I feel like people have been actively trying to set me up on a very like high level, setting me up. And it's a very strange place to be, to know that you have that many eyes on you at that time. But I think that we have to just go with our gut right now in terms of where we're being guided in our heart. Like we have to go to the heart. Always go back to the heart, guys. Anytime you are questioning anything, because a lot of people's lives have felt like they've ended, okay? Like nothing new is coming in, like nothing fulfilling is coming in, and that's not an accident, okay? Because they did stuff to us in another dimension, and it's all connected to the technologies and these systems, okay? And so if you feel that way at all, you got to freaking go to your heart space and you got to freaking start clearing your contracts, okay? I have a lot of those offerings, okay? I offer that, to help bring in healing to your contracts, but we have to get to a higher level of enlightenment and understand where these people are at and how high up they are in the divine and the angelic. They have knowledge they should not have. They stole all of it, okay? They broke into realms and things like that through all their baby rituals and stuff they've done, okay? This is a very sick group that's doing this. They're pure evil. They're soulless. And we are in a holy war. They are coming through with a vengeance. And I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to sit here and say they're not. It is like healing energy will come in, and I will say within 5 minutes, the shift goes back to evil. Like, it is literally like, and they're mixed in. I'm getting senses like The evil is mixed in. They've already infiltrated many of our government agencies. They have infiltrated, I feel, lots of our police force, military. They're in there. They're already in there. It might not be an infiltration where it's, the guy next to you, okay? It might not be on that level. The infiltration could be taking place in a different form, okay? Their technologies are super advanced. They have spy bot technologies, voice technologies, okay? They're coming in through bot systems. What does that mean? If they have this advanced technology that they can just put spy bots in an energy field, that would mean that our FBI could potentially be working on a case and somebody could hear them, okay? That is working for somebody they're even investigating, for example, okay? Like, we're not safe in the technologies anymore. Like, the technologies have overthrown almost our, I don't want to say they've overthrown our government. That's the level of these technologies, is that no one is it's like no one is safe until the technologies are shut down. So then how do we shut down the technologies? Well, we have to figure out who's running the technologies and where they're coming from and who's the Wizard of Oz, who's the man behind the curtain. It's like that kind of an energy, because I feel that these technologies are too advanced at this point. They're too advanced. They could like send an alien over. They'll like send an alien energy over and figure out what's going on. They're in my mind. I mean, they're in my thoughts. That's so creepy. Like, they could just go to people's thoughts. Like, they could go to anybody who's working on a case and just go to their thoughts and like figure out what they found out. They can figure it out. They can figure out what they have, what they know, and then what they do, they can go and infiltrate that information. Does that make sense? If they have somebody, a key witness, they can go to that key witness. They can find that information from the brain and go find the key witness and then infiltrate the key witness and do something to them, okay? I just kind of want to like emphasize the level of this infiltration, because it's not a traditional infiltration, okay? It might not be coming in the form of like the person in the office next to you, okay? Like, that's kind of the level of it. So we have to be very vigilant right now, because I feel that they've been planning this for a really long time. I don't feel like this is new at all. I feel like this has been in the works. I just heard the black budget coming through. Probably somebody in the back section said that, but it's like whenever that was created, I know there was an agenda with Trump to go to Mars. I know that there has been some very strange NASA projects that have been in the works, okay? And I think that there's a lot of things that are it's been in the works for a while, okay? And it started with the presidency. Not started, I don't want to say that, because it's before the presidency. It's before Trump's presidency, because he wouldn't have gotten into office if we weren't already infiltrated. I believe that he would not have gone into office unless we were already at some form, in some way, compromised in some way. And now I'm hearing the banks. So it could be that there was something going on with the banks, and maybe that's where the infiltration would start from. And I don't know if there's technologies involved. I don't know what happened with it. It's so weird, because the stuff with Hillary and Comey is just batshit, okay? Just the fact that he would make this announcement when that's totally not okay to do, of this investigation into her emails, and you're not allowed to do that. I mean, you're not allowed to do that before an election, so it's strange that he would do that. So he's an interesting guy, because there's something not right with him. Like, there's something not right. Like, because it's almost like he has two fronts or two personas. And maybe that's standard for FBI. I don't freaking know. I don't know anything about them. I don't know their training. I don't know nothing. But he feels like front man, do everything by the book. And then there's like another side to him. And I'm like, did we get to that other side? Because there's got to be like a back side to Jim Comey that we don't freaking know about. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, what's going on behind him? Because that was an intentional sabotage, for sure, without having anything concrete on her, okay? It is an interesting thing, too, because he's announcing an investigation, but usually you have to have some type of evidence or something that would be so damaging that he would announce that investigation, but they were still investigating it before the election. So that's strange. That's not right. So that's the FBI, okay? That's right there, Comey. There's something not right about him. He looks like he doesn't have any emotions. There's something wrong with him. He doesn't have emotions. He's not built into his emotions, you know? So what's going on with that guy? What's going on with him? Lavrov is a Russian. He's on the freaking campaign trail with Trumpy Dump. That's not a red flag? That he's on the trampoline. Kale? The campaign trail with Trumpy Dump. They couldn't figure that out. Our FBI is going into Hillary's emails, okay? And she's doing dumb college emails with her daughter or something like that. Or she's doing something silly, like she's just emailing her daughter, okay? We're going into the freaking... We have him on the campaign trail with Russians though, and that's not a problem. He has stuff in the works already for Trump Moscow. Why the fuck would he not be under investigation? And so I know that they did the Comey files and all this crap, and I know that this stuff did come up, but how is it that she gets outed right before the presidency, but he doesn't? He doesn't. That's weird. But they talk about this pending moment, and then there's somebody in there who's like kind of like a double agent. They're pushing people's buttons, right? There's a female in there that's pushing people's buttons and fucking shit up, and then, you know, they're all like double agents and nobody trusts anybody. I mean, they showed the whole dynamic of the fucked upness of that group, okay? But that should never even have happened. So like, there's an infiltration already into the intelligence at that point. You know, who was that? Who's the woman that was like freaking pushing forward on the Hillary stuff, okay? Who was that? Was she put in? You know what I mean? Like, something's not right. And then I just go right now, I'm going to Bill Barr, KKK. You know, it goes right back. White supremacy, right? White nationalism. This is the underbelly. So is Comey a white nationalist? Is that the truth of Comey? You know, like, what are they connected to? What are they connected to? Or what would, I'm getting Seven of Swords with him. What is he connected to that he'd be protecting Trump on that level, but going after Hillary? Like, I don't know. There is something not right about that guy. There's something not right. I'm not gonna say it. He got fired, okay? Because then the investigation started going into the presidential election. But it's interesting because it's like he has to be somehow connected into this in some way. Because why wouldn't this have been read? Why would Trump be on the presidential ballot? Why would he be on the ballot if he is in bed with a foreign dignitary? They would have that information. They would have those finances and everything. They would have all of that. How would they not have that? How are we not able to get his taxes? We couldn't make a phone call to the IRS and get his damn tax. He lied. He said that they were being, what is it called when they're under review or whatever? That he was going through a review. He freaking lied to the American people about taxes. We couldn't make a phone call to the IRS and go, get his fucking taxes right fucking now. Like, we couldn't, like, what happened to our intelligence at that point in time? That's the stuff that I cannot sit with. I can't sit with that. Like, it makes no flipping sense. All right, I'm like on a rage. This is clearly not a weekly energy reading, or maybe this is the energies that are coming up because nothing makes any sense. How would that guy get on the ballot? How is it that he got? Now, there's an entire documentary on it, a docu-series on his freaking campaign show. Ted Cruz is on there. We got Rubio. I mean, they're on camera. There are camera crews. Guess what? Who filmed that? Who's part of that? Who's part of the entire orchestration of the circus? Now, they did both red and blue, but dude, they're all there. They're all there. They're all there. They're on camera. They're being filmed the entire time. That's interesting to me. I feel like that's really interesting. It's like, how would this happen to our country if we're supposed to be like this huge superpower country and we freaking got duped by the Russians because of Trump? Like, really? Like, that's how would that have happened? So now I'm here in Wall Street. There has to be another level to this story that we're missing. Like, and I've talked about this before on my channel. It's like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's so in our faces, the facts and what he's connected to. It's so obvious, dude. So how would he get into office? The other thing I can think of is that he knew something about 9/11 and he used it as a weapon in some way to weaponize that information that it didn't get out. Like he knew the truth or something about 9/11. That was another thing I was thinking. I was like, maybe Trump knew something and like that's how he gets his way or something. He does because he has information on people. But that's so catty. That is so 5th grade. Like, that is 5th grade drama-rama stupidity. Like, how the hell would that guy be able to get on the ballot? And then let alone the other stuff that took place. I mean, just all the other corruption and things that took place. And I know in my gut he didn't win. Because I have the sickest feeling in the pit of my stomach. I know she won. I know she did. So then, let's just go into that level. Who's the one that rigged it? Who rigged the election for him? Because I don't think he actually won. I don't actually think he truly won. Even if you go into the Mueller report and go into everything he freaking did and everything, whoever he colluded with, you know, everything else, at the end of the day, I still don't think that guy actually won. I don't think those numbers are correct. I don't think. Now, they say they infiltrated the Electoral College, but I don't think that the numbers are actually correct. Like any of the numbers, because in my gut, she won. She freaking won. And something went terribly wrong. Like the numbers on the screen are not the true numbers. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that level. So it's another level of corruption on top of that. Like if we just even even go back further, there's something happened with that election that I think hasn't even come out yet. Like I think there was other things that were done. And I believe that people almost knew about this because the Women's March in 2017 had the hugest outcome ever. Okay, that was so big. The numbers were huge on the Women's March after he won he was inaugurated. The numbers were huge, and that was like a huge uprising of numbers right there. I can't help but think that people knew something beforehand. I can't help but think that there's probably more people that knew what actually happened because I don't think that was a real election. I'm going to be frank with you. That's the energies that come up for me always, that we are missing another chunk of huge evidence. And I don't know if Mueller found that information. I don't know if he ever uncovered that information. I don't know if that's part of the unredacted version of the Mueller report. I don't know if he was getting chills on that. I don't know if he was allowed to ever get that information out. But how the hell would we ever get our Justice Department, our justice system back in order if we do not get that information out? Like, how would we ever get that back? Because I personally think there's some way more stuff that we don't know about. Way more. And they're going to say, we compromised us on an intelligence level, blah, blah, blah. Like, right? They're going to go into all this shit. But there's something up with Comey, man. I don't know. That cat, there's something not right with him. I don't know. There's something he's connected to that I feel there's another story to him. There's another story. I can't help but think that there is just something else going on with that dude. He just feels off. He always has. He always has felt off. But it is strange. Now, the people in the back section are saying, well, then that's interesting because Trump fired him. So maybe Trump is one of the good guys. And it's like, no, honey. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to play that game, okay? He destroyed our fucking country. No, and the world, okay? We're not going to do that. Dude, he was shaking hands with North Korea. Let's not do that. We're not going to play that card, okay? So, let's go back. We're going to go back, okay? We're going to go back. And let me think. I'm thinking back turns on Comey because Comey then had to investigate him. Because I don't think Comey was investigating him before. So maybe they were on the same team and then they weren't all of a sudden. I don't know. I don't know what happened. So now I'm seeing Sally Yates. So Sally Yates, she got fired. Alarm bells going off. That's what sparks probably the next investigation, right? She feels that she is witness to something that is completely has compromised him, that he was compromised, okay? She's the one that comes through, okay? She's like Paul Revere. That's how I refer to her. She felt that he had been compromised. How would Comey have not caught that? I feel like there's a cover up within the FBI in some way. I don't know why. I just feel like there's a cover up. Maybe it's not, I don't know. Maybe it's outside of them, but he's connected to it in some way. I don't know. Maybe Comey knew too much, and that's why he fired him. Something there that's not right. That's all I'm going to say. There's something there that's not right. So this turned into a different kind of reading today, but that's just how it goes sometimes. A blessing from the beloved is coming through. Love unfolds. Your wings fly above the earth into the realm of heaven. I think right now we have to really go within our gut, okay, on everything. And every single person is going to have to do that. And I just don't think that people are programmed to do that. I don't know that a lot of people are programmed to do that. I'm a water sign, so I work always with my heart, emotions, and soul. I don't know how to go through life without that. I don't know how to go through without my intuition, and they knew that. They knew that. The enemy knew that about me. But it's like, that's where we gotta go, man. If there is something not sitting with us as a country, as a world, we have got to jump on that shit. Like, we cannot just sit around and freaking... Because I know that there are other people that know. There we go. Don't dim to fit in. That's the messages right now. And even though you're going to feel alone, you might feel alone, okay? You guys might feel like you might have lost this battle in some way, or you might feel the enemy is stronger than you in some way. You cannot give in to that energy right now. You cannot give in to that energy. You have to go to a higher place and move into faith. You have to move into faith, okay? I can't even tell you how many of them are telling me to, like, shut the hell up right now. And it's just like, I can't. Like, I can't. Like, they just vomits out at me. I can't even, I can't shut up. I don't know how to, it just doesn't come, it just keeps coming out. And I don't know how to not do that. It just comes out. Like, I know that something happened. I know. Because our country can't move forward. We're stuck. We're freaking stuck. And we cannot move forward unless we go back. And that's the energy of it. It's like it won't sit. The energies won't sit. It keeps coming up. It's just gonna keep, it's all gonna come up. Everything's gonna come up. Everything. So, anyways, be prepared to keep rising and just follow your gut, even though you might have thousands of people telling you not to do that right now. You might have people threatening your monies, how you would survive. You know, maybe the money's got to get flatlined right now in some way, because this is connected to banks. Like I just got in the reading. It said banks. Banks came up right in the reading. Okay. There might be something that we have to letting go. Like we might have to let go of money. Maybe I'll lose my car this week. I don't know. And then, you know, their father's going to freaking scream at me and get verbally abusive to me and call me lazy and do all these things to me. I have no control over that. That's something I have to go through. I don't know how I would take them to freaking school. I don't know. But then maybe I got to pull them out of school. I don't know. I don't know where this goes, but like maybe we just can't go forward the way we have before. Like maybe we can't do the things that we're supposed to do because this is where we're at. We're on the brink of humanity right now, okay? We're on that brink. It's a brink of you know, waking up. We got to wake up, man. We got to wake up to the level of what this is and understand that we all have to figure this out. We all have to rise in this energy. A blessing without borders. We are all interconnected in communion with others, no matter how much physical space appears to separate us. Feel the blessed presence of someone you love this moment. So I think we have to connect to people maybe differently in a different way. We might not be able to be next to them physically, but we have to connect emotionally to them, connecting to people who, you know, like soul family or things like that when we're going through these really tough times. But, you know, I don't want to dilute the messages because of my own struggles than what I'm going through, but it's like, it feels like we're in a really weird energy right now where it's very tumultuous in a lot of areas in the world. It feels very tumultuous right now. So we're going to have to just move through. See, somebody doesn't want me to say that. Like, they don't want me to say that. Like, they don't want me to say that. But It's true. It's freaking true. Like, there are people that are stuck and trapped in situations right now that they don't know how to get out of, okay? And for them, it's very tumultuous, okay? And there's a lot of people that still need to figure stuff out and don't have the right information. And, you know, it's just how it is right now. These energies are very cruxy, okay? They're stormy, they're up and down energies. They're very, one minute you're fine, the next you're under attack. I mean, that's the energies, okay? So it's okay to talk about that. It's okay to understand that. It's okay. You know, we're not perfect beings. We don't have to be perfect and go into light and love all the time and think everything is like freaking dandelions when it's not. There's so many truths that still have to come to the light. So anyways, I will leave you guys there. Would love to hear your comments and feedback on everything. I'm sending you guys so much love and blessings, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.